InvestorIdeas.com Podcasts.
Good morning and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today's podcast was sponsored by Kelowna-based Lexaria Bioscience Corporation, trading on the CSE under the symbol LXX and on the OTC as LXRP. Lexaria has developed a new distributive drug delivery platform, Dehydratech. The company's patented technology changes the way active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, enter the body orally. It both masks unwanted tastes and eliminates the need for sugar-filled edibles, reduces the time of onset, the effects are felt within 15 to 20 minutes versus 60 to 120 minutes, it avoids first-pass liver metabolism, and increases bioabsorption by 5 to 10 times. The company's Dehydratech trademark technology is patent protected for multiple APIs, CBD, THC, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen, nicotine, and fat-soluble vitamins. Learn more about Lexaria at www.lexariabioscience.com. Today we will be looking at announcements from Emerald Health Therapeutics Incorporated, trading on the TSX Venture as EMH and the OTCQX as EMHTF, Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, trading on the TSX as ACB and the OTCQB as ACBFF, Applied DNA Sciences Incorporated, trading on the NASDAQ as APDN, Liberty Leaf Holdings Limited, trading on the CSE as LIB and the OTCQB as LIBFF, and Ianthus Capital Holdings Incorporated, trading on the CSE as IAN and the OTCQB as ITHUF. Starting with Emerald Health Therapeutics Incorporated, who has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the British Columbia Liquor Distribution Branch to supply its high-quality cannabis products to the BCLDB to serve the adult use market throughout the province. Emerald has a strong relationship with the BCLDB team, and our new supply partnership will allow us to provide them with local access to our large cannabis production capacity, said Chris Wagner, CEO at Emerald. We have been in negotiations with the BCLDB for a number of months and elected to wait until we could achieve suitable pricing before committing to an MOU. The initial MOU references 1,086 kilograms of cannabis products, which aligns with our production ramp-up while allowing for adequate supply for other provincial supply agreements and our medical strategy. Based on our assessment of the BC market opportunity and our expected production capacity, we are now allowing for approximately 13,000 kilograms of product allocation for the BC non-medical market over the next year and a half. Next, we look at Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, who today announced that the company has received a letter of intent from Malta Enterprise, approving its application for the establishment of a seed-to-pharma cannabis operation subject to certain conditions. The project includes the construction of a hybrid cultivation, manufacturing, and distribution facility, with operations to be carried out by a new subsidiary, Aurora Malta, to be formed with Aurora's local Maltese partner, Cherubino Limited, the largest pharmaceutical wholesaler in the country with an operating history of over 100 years. Next, looking at Applied DNA Sciences Incorporated, the leader in DNA-based authentication, in conjunction with TheraCann International, will launch the cannabis industry's first cannabis tagging system, CTS, using Applied DNA's certain trademark platform as Tag, Test, and Track. The device is designed to rapidly molecularly tag cannabis plants in commercial harvests at any scale. Once the molecular tag is applied, the plants and their derivative products can be forensically tracked through every stage in the supply chain, all the way to the consumer. The integrated solution being offered by Applied DNA and TheraCann, called ETCH BioTrace, is uniquely positioned at a very critical time in the maturation of the cannabis industry. Legal cannabis markets for medicinal and recreational use have enjoyed rapid development globally, paced by Uruguay, Canada, the Netherlands, and Australia, all of which have legalized the export of medical cannabis. More recently in North America, Canada is set to legalize recreational cannabis in October this year, joining 9 U.S. states and Washington, D.C., and 29 additional U.S. states that have legalized cannabis for medical use. Next, we go to Liberty Leaf Holdings Limited, who announced the launch of its cannabis retail division, Signature Cannabis Retail Limited. It is the retail channel and the wholly owned subsidiary of Liberty Leaf, with an operational network slated to include flagship stores as well as corporate-owned satellite stores, partner operations, and online dealer support networks. Starting in BC, the plan is to serve as many communities across Canada as possible. The corporate-owned flagship stores would each range in size from approximately 1,500 to 2,500 square feet, while partner locations would each be approximately 500 to 1,000 square feet. Finally, looking at Ianthus Capital Holdings Incorporated, who owns, operates, and partners with licensed cannabis operations throughout the United States, who announced that its wholly owned subsidiary, Sativa Medical LLC, has begun construction on its 39,500 square foot medical cannabis cultivation and processing facility located at the former Mid-Orange State Correctional Facility in the town of Warwick, New York. Sativa, one of the only 10 New York State licensed medical cannabis registered organizations, received its license to operate one cultivation/processing facility and 4 dispensaries on August 1st, 2017. The facility will implement high-end technology and cultivation practices to maximize efficiencies and production, including a positive pressure air system, mobile containers, desiccant dehumidification systems, acrylic glazing, and a unified program for environmental integration and lighting controls. These state-of-the-art processes will enable perpetual harvesting with an estimated yearly production of 2,400 kilograms of medical cannabis. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website. This podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment.